Good evening. You jump every time I do that. We'll call to order our special meeting tonight, June 4th, 2025, of the Public Safety Commission. Thank you for coming in. We've got a brief agenda tonight, but we can start with our Pledge of Allegiance. So if you can rise and face the flag, we can do that.
Yes, the door was open over there.
Okay, just making sure.
Good. Yeah.
I'll check in a minute.
No problem. We've got a smaller group tonight, so appreciate those who came in. Quick roll call for the record, though. We can just go down the line.
Present.
Present.
Norma, Jeff,
Present.
and myself. And again, very short agenda, but we'll look for a motion to, for those that have reviewed it, we're going to make one quick change, which is just to reverse the order of items 1 and 2. We'll do our commission chair and vice chair nominations first, our student commissioner second. So if everyone is good with that, we will look for a motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
And a second from Jeff. All in favor?
Aye.
Agenda is passed for the evening. So again, we'll switch our roles here. We'll move into the chair and vice chair elections. We are slightly behind on this, but this will catch us up, a part of why we're doing this special meeting tonight. As a reminder to the group, Sharon, although she's not here tonight, and myself, we cannot serve in our current roles again. So we are both available for the opposite positions if there's an opportunity there. We just can't continue our current roles as chair and vice chair. But with that said, of the group that's here, always interested in nominations or conversations about these roles. Both, we could start with a chair position. I would look for a nomination or any questions that the group here might have.
I'll go ahead and insert it. I would nominate Sharon Boucher to be the chair.
Okay. And Norma, any? It looks like you've got comments.
I do. I nominate Jeff for chair.
All right. And obviously Sharon is not with us tonight, but Jeff is. So I would look for, again, any comments, level of interest. It's a small group tonight, but Jeff, I'll turn it to you if you've got anything to add from that nomination before we...
Well, thank you for nominating me.
Yeah.
But I nominate Sharon, actually. I think she'd be a good fit. She's been here a little longer than I have, and I think it's a good thing.
Okay. Well, I think with that said, we can take the motion from Brian. I will second that motion to nominate Sharon. Also, happy to take a vote to
Can I
pass that.
comment?
All in favor of Sharon for chair role?
Aye.
Aye. We have 3. Norma, we'll note a nay vote, but appreciate that. And on the vice chair side, we'll do the same process. Again, this is, as you guys have all seen, similar role there in case our chair is not available to run meetings, to help coordinate these things as we go. So I would look for any nominations, appointments, questions for a vice chair role.
I was going to say that because Jeff has significant leadership experience in an area that is near and dear, or maybe not near and dear to our hearts, the fire protection, I think he would be a good chair. But absent that, I would nominate him to be vice chair.
I will again turn it to Jeff to see your level of interest
I
in
accept.
supporting. So appreciate that. So we'll take a vote. Well, I guess we'll take the Brian's nomination for appointment of Jeff to the vice chair role. I will second that also, but we can take a vote on that formally. So all in favor of Jeff stepping into the vice chair role? Aye.
Aye.
Looks like we've got a vote. So we have Sharon as our returning chair. So if she's watching remotely or listening, congratulations to Sharon. Looking forward to having her back in this seat. And Jeff, congratulations to you too. One of our newer members, great to have you stepping into the vice chair role. So congrats on that. All right. So we, in the interest of time, we can move forward with our second 2 of 2 agenda item with our student commissioner appointments. We've asked 2 folks to come in. We may have our second walking in right now, so we'll see. We're kind of right on time. So I'm gonna pause my comments for just a moment. Perfectly timed. So thank you both for being on time and coming in. We have two candidates. I believe our commission has looked over their applications. We've asked them to come in, talk to us a little bit tonight. Our plan is to then ask any questions that the commissioners may have. At that point, we will send you home for an evening. We'll have a conversation here, take a vote, and we will get back to you both soon enough. The plan would be for our next meeting in July to have this position in place. So with that, Lauren, you were first in. We'll have you come up and have a chat. I think the couple things that I would ask, and then you're welcome to expand on anything you'd like to share with us. We'll share it with the commissioners too. Remind us what grade you're just finishing up. We've got a week left, so we'll start with that.
I'm a sophomore at Calabasas High School.
Excellent. And then tell us a little bit about, and this will be the same line of questioning for both, so feel free to listen, and you'll have a moment to prepare too. Tell us a little bit about why you're interested in this role as our student commissioner.
I feel very passionate about keeping Calabasas safe. I've now lived through 2 major fires, first being the Woolsey fire and second being the Palisades fire, so I know how important it is to know what's happening during a natural disaster. And I am a little concerned that not every teen in Calabasas knows what's happening at all times. They either see things on social media or they're hearing things secondhand. So I think if I was able to get this position, I would like to collaborate more on making sure teens are signing up and especially just working on emergency preparedness. I also know that some areas in Calabasas don't have great reception, so I think that would be important to fix, especially during emergency. Overall, I also wanted to work on decreasing homeless levels, maybe possibly even working on a campaign to prevent burglaries and warning people not to leave things in their cars. Lastly, I've been working with the city of Calabasas on a campaign to promote awareness for distracted driving. So I've noticed there's been a lot of accidents recently, so that's something I feel very passionate about. So just hoping that accidents will decrease. So overall, I would just want to collaborate and especially work on emergency preparedness for the youth.
Great. You beat me to a couple of questions, so that's perfect. So for specific areas of interest, it sounds like emergency preparedness, distracted driving. Um, Any ideas of how you could get more people, more teens, more high school folks involved in campaigns on those topics?
And sorry, what was the last part?
Just on the topics that you're most interested in, do you have any ideas of how you might try to get more teens engaged in those areas?
Definitely. I know teens are very active on social media. So if that's even through like promoting things on the City of Calabasas page, when there's a natural disaster, like just telling like a bunch of teens to follow the social media account, because I know that's where a lot of teens get their information currently. Also reminding teens, like I can do this through my school. I can connect with ASB at my school to hopefully get kids to sign up for the emergency alerts just so they can stay up to date with what's happening.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I
Thank
will
you so much.
pass it down to my fellow commissioners here.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for volunteering. Just as an aside, my granddaughter has been appointed the liaison from her high school, Laguna Hills High, to the Laguna Hills City Council.
Wow.
And that role is to provide a communication link from the student population to the city council and back again.
Yeah, it's very important.
I noted on your application that you're interested in community outreach, which
Definitely.
is near and dear to my heart. And so do you think you could be, I think you already answered that question, but do you think you'd be a strong advocate for communication between this commission and the student body?
100%. I would love, that's very important to me. Like, I think communication's key for everything. So even if that's through posting things on social media, getting more people to sign up for alerts, communication's very important for me, especially regarding public safety. So yes.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
I have two questions. What's your favorite hobby? And secondly, what do you do for fun?
My favorite hobby, I'm on the Calabasas stunt team, so I'm a big stunter. I fly, so that's probably my favorite hobby. If not that, hanging out with my friends or going to the beach.
That's it for me.
I have a question about your civic involvement with the line crew member. Do you think that that'd be a good avenue for you to reach out to the younger freshmen in school to get involved in public safety?
Do you
And
mean
how- and
for
what do you-
Link Crew?
Yeah, do you think that's something that would be a value for you, that you could talk to them about that? Like, explain how that works. I just found that fascinating. How does that, what's
So
that involved
being a
with?
Link Crew member is basically for incoming 8th graders or new students. You lead tours around the school and kind of introduce them to stuff. So I think that would be super important because every year in August I get to meet a new group of kids. So even if I could spend like 5 minutes even talking about some of the things that we've gone over on public safety, just like kind of telling them, because it's a new group of kids each year, like incoming freshmen, which is probably the age group we're looking at to sign up for the emergency alerts. So I think I would definitely use that platform to collaborate with stuff from the commission.
Very good answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
And I'll pass it over to our staff also if any questions or any.
No, I don't have
areas.
any. Thank you.
Good?
Thank you.
Same.
Perfect. All right.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you, Lauren. Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming in.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you for being
Bye.
here.
Thank you.
Laricia. And correct me if I'm wrong on your name.
You're right.
Laricia? Perfect. Perfect. Well, you had 5 minutes of extra preparation versus Lauren, but same line of questioning from my side. If you could share with us, first off, just your current grade level, where you're graduating, or not graduating, where you're finishing, I guess, this year.
I'm currently a junior, and I'm going to be a senior
Okay.
next year. So I'm graduating next year.
Perfect. And same question, if you could tell us a little bit about what interests you in this commission, and then some of the, if there's a particular area of interest within public safety, and some ideas on potentially what you might do to help get more students involved in what we do.
Personally, I'm very interested in public safety, as I believe it's very important to like ensure safety and like ensuring that the city and like people are safe and feel good. And like specifically like as a student member, I would be interested in connecting youth with like public safety and like emergency preparedness, maybe like creating workshops around school or like just activities to encourage people to join and like learn more about how to prepare themselves against like fires, earthquakes, and so on. I know you guys do a good job at like creating commissions and like spreading awareness, but I think like even connecting more to the youth is important.
Mhm.
And also I think focusing on like driving safety and like not speeding while driving, because I see that personally all the time, like around school, is important. So those are the main things that I want to focus on.
Great, thank you so much. Same thing, we'll go down the line. Brian?
Thank you. Alarisha, same question I had. It's important for us to get into the community, get outreach, get our message sent out, and vice versa. Having the community, high school, come back to us with what is important or unimportant to your peers. Do you feel confident in being able to carry those messages two ways?
Yes, I feel very confident in carrying those messages, and I believe that like communication is important to like be successful. And in fact, I served as a communication outreach for the Interact Club at Calabasas High School for 1 year, so I do have experience with that, with communicating with the school and also with the Interact Club of Calabasas. So I believe it's important.
Excellent, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Same two questions. What's your favorite hobby and what do you do for fun?
My favorite hobby is track and like running. I enjoy running. I do it as often as I can, and I also enjoy watching movies and shows. Those are my favorite things.
Thank you.
Hi. Tell us about your outreach commissioner and stuff you do with the club at Calabasas High School. What does that entail? Can you go into a little bit of detail about that?
Yes, so specifically about the Interact Club, it's a club that creates like service projects like in schools, such as like making donation boxes for the homeless and just other service projects. And we have a lot of students in it. And for me specifically, I'm in charge of like connecting with the Rotary Club, like here in the city, and the Rotary Club like helps like fund us and helps like give us information on upcoming events so we can share to students. So there's that, and also there's other clubs at my school that I'm a part of. For instance, I'm the vice president of a club called Inspiration Through Ink, where I make cards for like, me and like my group makes cards for doctors and nurses. And what I do specifically as well is I communicate with hospitals and to let them know that like we're sending cards, and yeah, so that's my experience, yeah.
That'd be a great avenue too to talk about public safety. You have all that avenue, bring all that time into it. Wonderful. That's all I have.
Thank you, and I'll check with both of you also.
None from us. Thank you for being here. Really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. And again, we'll talk a little bit here. We'll get back to you within the next day or so and let you know what happened.
It'll be Sonia or myself will send you an email and let you know. But
Okay.
really appreciate your involvement in the community and being here. It's huge. You're the future. So, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
All right.
Yeah. They're going to vote now.
So this is like a small council for, public safety kind of thing for kids?
No.
This was a special meeting, so it's not our normal meeting. So we're only taking care of two things on the agenda.
Okay, cool.
Public Safety Commission for the city.
No.
No, it's a commission for the city of Calabasas. It's for the city of Calabasas.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was like a city council meeting or like a planning commission meeting.
It's a special
public-
meeting.
It's like a planning commission, it's
Yeah.
public safety.
Yeah, I was looking at the names going, chair, there's no sign saying mayor or,
Right,
No, no, no,
you know,
no.
department head or attorney.
exactly.
We are
Like
staff.
I normally see at city council meeting, 1,001 going on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't understand each term.
So these are for, each of the commissions has a student member. So these were the two applicants that were interested in the Public Safety Commission specifically.
High schools, you have your Calabasas High School?
Correct.
And 80, right?
Yeah, just Calabasas High for these two candidates. So we invited them in to have a chat, and now we can talk about it a little bit, and they would, and for the group, just as a reminder, we're only able to have one, so we do have to make a decision. So we pick, yes, we pick.
Kind of like a Rose Bowl queen.
Exactly, for public safety, yeah, yes. So with that, I will turn it over to comments or questions from the group up here. Again, we can only have one. In the past, we have had the luxury of having a backup. That is not the case anymore. So I think we've got two great candidates. Really glad they were both able to come in, hear their comments and their interests. We've got Larissa for, she's going in to be a senior, so potentially one year of service. Lauren going in as a junior, potentially a year plus, if that's something that the commission was interested in extending a year, as we just did with our last. So just a consideration with regards to time of service. But other than that, open to hear any comments and thoughts that everybody has.
Do you want me to go ahead and make a recommendation, or?
If you'd like, or we can hear if there's any just general commentary first, if there's a candidate.
I thought they both were amazing.
I'm sorry, what?
I thought they both did a great presentation. Both really want the position, obviously. And
Two bright young ladies.
there are, so this is a one-year appointment, correct?
It is, it's a one-year appointment, and then we, as the commission, have the option of extending for an additional term beyond that if they're still able to serve.
And you said one's a senior, one's a junior.
Correct. Lauren she'll be entering her junior year. Larissa will be entering her senior year.
Senior, gotcha.
Our last commissioner, Jay, was, I believe, he was a 2-year appointee. I think he served the first, and then we had him for a second year, if I remember right.
Yeah, now he's off to.
Now he's off to Harvard.
Harvard, yes.
Regretfully, none of us can take
Very-
responsibility
very
for
tough.
that. So,
Yeah, I thought all of you were responsible for it.
hey, that's it. So,
I mean, they're both, seem both equally qualified, for the spot. They both really want it. I think maybe just one is going to be out of high school and only get 1 year of opportunity. I'd probably lean more toward that, only really for that reason, so she gets an opportunity to serve. The other young lady is very qualified too, but she can always come back the following year and reapply. I'd love to have two, but we can't.
we can't.
So that would be probably one of my biggest things. I don't think either one of them is not qualified to be a part of the commission.
Okay.
I
Norma,
agree with Jeff, and I believe that we had such an amazing student, both student commissioners were amazing, our last group. But I do have, it weighs a little more with me going into being a senior. It just seems that opportunity to have that opportunity that she won't have again.
Brian, thoughts?
Yeah, that junior, senior thing doesn't concern me that much.
Okay.
I mean, being a member of the Public Safety Commission looks good on an application. But most of the applications for college, I think, are already pretty much in. So but, you know, both of them are very qualified, I would think. I think Lauren is a little bit more polished, and her connections into the high school are, to me anyway, more relevant to what we do here. And those are my thoughts.
Okay. So we've got, remind me, from the technical side of things, we obviously have 4. When it comes to a vote, are we required for a unanimous vote, or are we able to go?
It'd be nice if we have 3 votes.
Okay, just checking.
Don't need unanimous, but we do need 3. We need
need 3.
a majority of whoever's here.
100%. Just wanted to check since we're a little short tonight. So, yeah, I think from my perspective, yeah, I would lean, although we have 2 very good candidates, I would also lean towards an individual that may only have 1 shot at the role. I think that is something while not a requirement of the position, it's something worth considering. Beyond that, I think they both have a number of civic interests. They're both very involved in the high school. They've got some similar ideas on outreach. So they're pretty close, when it comes to that. So trying to find a differentiating factor is not always the easiest thing between 2 folks. That said, I'm open to hear nominations or any other feedback, so we can take a vote.
I'm going to go ahead and nominate Lauricia.
All right, so Norma, we've got nomination for Lauricia. Do we have a second on the nomination?
I'll nominate Lauren.
Jeff is up for Lauren. So now we'll come to a split decision. We can take a vote, and we'll see where the vote goes, and then we'll see where we go from there. So we've got 1 vote for each. I will put out I guess we'll take the first nomination was for Lauricia. Those in favor of Lauricia taking the role, I would ask an aye.
Aye.
I would take an aye on that. So we've got 2, which will leave us as a split decision at the moment. Because why wouldn't it with a group of 4 of us here tonight? So let's talk about it then for a minute and see where we go. Because we do need to make a decision.
I can
one
give
way
you
or
my
the other.
second opinion of why I think Lauren should get it.
Please.
I think her presentation, her adding a supplemental add-on to her application, adding please see attachment and her detailed attachment, which really has laid out her foundation of her accomplishments. I felt that was a better presentation.
Okay.
That's probably my second reason why I would think that she came a little bit more prepared. And she does have significant community interests and civic involvements, maybe a few more than the other candidate.
Fair enough. And I will note, I'll take a different a stance that with Sharon's absence tonight and ability to not vote, even though she'll be moving into a chair role, Jeff will be our future vice chair, starting with this commissioner. So I think I will lend a little credence to that too. as I step away from this role as chair. Any other comments,
I was
feedback?
I was also swayed by Lauren's application and the fact that she is involved in a number of things. She participates in the Conejo Las Virgenes Future Foundation Youth Leadership Program. She's chairs the Civic Engagement Committee of the Mayor's Youth Council. I mean, I think she's got a lot of fingers into the fabric of the high school. And my whole emphasis is always about outreach. And, you know, the more fingers you've got in there, the better your chances are of getting your message out on a broader, and that's why I voted for her.
Okay. Fair statement. Norma, any other feedback on your side?
Yes, I also feel that, I want to say Lauricia, but it's Lauricia?
I believe Lauricia. yeah.
Okay. She had a quiet manner. I also felt she was very determined, and it's always difficult in thinking of opportunity, but I think she would bring a strong element as well. So I do tend to think that she would experience a lot of growth in this position as well, and she would have an opportunity for growth. And I do think that she's very active in the school too. As I remember the committee that she serves on, she was well thought of in that committee. So I think she should have an opportunity too. This is a tough decision.
It is tough. I think in the interest of we could continue the conversation, no doubt, for either candidate. So in my position, at least for the next 10 minutes here in this position, I think I'll take the opportunity to swing my vote in this case for Lauren. I think keeping in mind that Jeff will be stepping into a leadership role here, I think your feedback and thought into this is, well, no, the vote's a vote, but I think it's important since you're going to have that touch point, even more so than me. So appreciate that commentary. I do agree. I think Lauren put a lot of time into her application, which clearly, should be recognized also. So with that, why don't we take an additional round? I suppose we have to ask we do this again if we're looking for a nomination, and then we can take a vote. Norma, one more comment? Yes.
One last
Sure.
comment. I think the commission would be glad to have either candidate.
Absolutely.
They're both super.
Absolutely. And I would
That's
encourage.
no question.
I would encourage either candidate, whomever is not selected, to continue their opportunities in volunteering. If they're able to volunteer for a commission again, by all means, they should do that too. So with that, I'll make the motion then to appoint Lauren into the role of student commissioner. Based on that, we can take a vote. Those in favor of moving forward with Lauren?
All first? Aye.
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 That's a unanimous vote for Lauren, so we'll move forward with her appointment. Congratulations if you're watching, Lauren. And Lauricia, thank you for coming in and speaking with us. It's not a decision we wanted to make between two people, but regretfully we have to. So hopefully there will be other volunteer opportunities, whether here or within the community. That said, we will invite Lauren to our next meeting. July, our scheduled meeting, and she will take a seat up here with us. That's our business tonight, folks. Two bullet points. So we will, unless there's any other notes to quickly cover, I'll look for either of you either. Good?
Nope.
Perfect. Then I will look for a motion to adjourn for tonight.
I'll make
First.
a motion. Or
Brian?
I'll second it. I'll second it.
All right, you guys can fight it out, but we've got a first and a
Oh,
second.
hell no.
All in favor? Aye. So we will adjourn the Public Safety Commission special meeting for tonight. We will see everybody here, hopefully everybody here, Monday, July 28th, 2025 for our next scheduled meeting. So thank you for coming in tonight. Congratulations again, and thank you to our student commissioner applicants.
Thank you.